to my channel. My name is T and I love all things skin and beauty, and today we're playing with Danessa Myricks again. I have been loving the Volume 7 Lightworks palette. Stunning formula. I did upload a purple look just using only the purple side and dipping into the charcoal shade that's called Grounded on the blue color story side. Obviously I checked, my mic is now on, and I was thinking that I can create another look using just the blue side, and then I'll do another look just using all of the color stories, just to create a eye look that takes certain shades from each color story. I think this is well formulated. The color story is well done. Everything goes together. The warm tones, the cool tones, the neutral side of the palette. It just, everything just goes so well together. My favorite color story so far, again, has been the neutral side, just because like green and brown go so well together. It's very earthy, and with the special shades that she has in her palette, you're getting a lot of neutral glam looks and just stunning. So I've been having fun playing with this palette, and so yeah, let's get started with this. Get ready with me. Now Tigress is in my room. He wanted to be in here, and it's because he wants second breakfast, and I have to put him on a diet because Vet said he is kind of chunky, and so he is not a happy boy. So if you hear him meow in the background, I'm terribly sorry. Now, when I am doing looks and things like that, I tend to also dip into my stash. And so on today's docket, I will be playing around with some HAUS Labs, some Saie Beauty. I will be playing with some Bobbi Brown, Laura Mercier, Adept Cosmetics, and Kevin Aquan. Just different variations of my stash and some of the products that I haven't really got to yet, and also products that I need to continue to use that I've forgot that's in my collection, that I started to remember that, hey, I used to use this a lot and it got lost in my collection. So I typically do my get ready with me's like that, or if I have new products, I will be sure to let you know when they are new to me and give a short review of so far of my first impressions. Right, you already know my try and true Lancôme Le Base Pro as primer. I'm gonna go in with HAUS Labs foundation. This is Fungal Acne Safe. I'm going to eventually upload an updated 2026 list of mostly fungal acne safe foundations and other makeup products like concealers, primers, setting sprays, setting powders. Even though for me, I can get away with powders with my fungal acne, I know others that have fungal acne might be very sensitive to powders as well. So I am working on that. That will be up on my Substack. So if you haven't followed me or haven't subscribed to my Substack, that is where my new blog post will be at. And so that's coming up very, very soon. That blog post for Fungal Acne Safe updated list for 2026. All right, I just put some on my face, and I also sprayed my brush with Lancôme setting spray. The set it and forget it. Everything that I use will be in the description box below. But yeah, I have been going back to using this foundation. It's because it's very hydrating, great for the winter, and so that's why I have been going back to this. I don't think I posted a review on my Substack. I mainly like to do reviews on video. That way you can truly see my reaction to it. If I've gone back to a product more than once or twice and it's been like in my routine, then you already know that they're definitely one of my favorite products. And so you will start to see, you know, some of the products that I've used on my channel, I start to use on repeat. And it could be because like maybe I'm testing it out still, or it's officially been embedded in my routine. And that could be for like many reasons, like the formula is definitely number one. But I honestly love this foundation because it's just like your skin but better. And a little definitely goes a long way, at least for me. That's one thing that I started to notice. But it blends very well onto the skin. And it gives you that glass skin look, which we definitely love to see. Next, I'm going in with the HAUS Labs concealer. I don't really do a lot of concealer. I just put on enough. I might do my forehead just a bit. One thing about this concealer is that it's very thick, whereas the foundation is a little bit more thin. But yeah, I try not to cake things on my face like that. I'm gonna go in with my Sephora brush. This is the number 2 concealer brush. I just sprayed my setting spray on the brush as well, like I always do. And this concealer is pretty good. But if I were to choose the concealer that I normally grab, I like the Lancôme concealers a lot more than the HAUS Labs. Right, concealer is done. And then I'm going to go over with powder, just around the under eyes, with my Sephora 12-hour setting and mattifying powder. Just look at the under eye. I mean, I love this powder so much. Like, I feel like I don't need to get any more under eye powders. I think this is it for me. So I know everyone right now is hyping up the Huda Beauty reformulation of the Easy Bake Press Powder. And I'm like, I don't think I will buy a product launch from Huda Beauty if they don't really test it out thoroughly before they launch it to the public, because I'm starting to notice a pattern where they release a new product, the people don't like the new product, and then they come back and reformulate it, and it causes a big hype. And I'm like, is this like something that Huda Beauty just does just to, you know, be more popular and trendy? Is like, not saying that she may know that it sucks, but I mean, obviously she would test her own products, right? And have like a team and other people that work with her to test this product, to see like what's up and to see if there's any tweaks that they need to make with the formula. And then once that's done, then launch it to the public, because the old formula of the Easy Bake Press Powder sucked. I mean, it enhanced every single texture that I never thought I had under my under eyes. And so I think I'm gonna definitely take a step back before I purchase anything new that Huda Beauty launches, just because I don't like the way that she's going about doing certain things. And so, especially when, like, if I already have like a press powder also that works for me, like this Sephora one, which, like, please don't get rid of this because this is amazing. Then I think like that's it. Like, I have Charlotte Tilbury, like that's pretty good. I have some of NARS press powders, and you know, I have enough powders. So I think this year is going to be me really playing around with my stash, with my collection that I have, and just use what I got, because like I think I'm happy at this point. Now there might be certain releases that I might want to get into because I'm intrigued, but if there's not a need for it, I'm probably not going to get it. Now I can't say for eyeshadow palettes, I did skip on a couple of them. I'm gonna go in with the Saie Beauty Sun Melt cream bronzer. I am in the shade Dark Bronze. I know they did like an extension of the shades a while ago, but I mean, I'm content with the shade that I currently have anyways. So I think I am, I think I'm good for now, you know? I'm gonna try this brush out. This is from the new BK Nikki LaRose collection. They now have them in singles on their website, so you don't need to get the full collection. You can just get the brushes individually that you would use pretty much. But I haven't really used this brush often, so I'm going to use it now. And I'm going to take some of this on the brush. And this is a fan brush, but you know, it's very like thick. It has like a lot of bristles, so it's also pretty stiff. So we're gonna see if I can use this as like a bronzer, cream bronzer type of brush. See how it works for this. Let me get some more. So far, I'm not really sure how to use this brush just yet. Like, I've been trying to figure out different ways to use this brush, and yeah, I'm not really sure just yet, which is why this is kind of like an experiment just to see how well this works on cream bronzer. And like, maybe I'll just use this. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to be using this brush in my collection. I'm gonna have to figure that part out. All right, this is also nice for the nose too. I just quickly did my nose. Yeah, I forgot how Sun Melt is like very, very like dewy. Like very dewy. Like my cheeks are glistening. But I'm gonna use powder to go over it. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Adept Cosmetics blush, one of their Simplicity cream blushes. This is the purple shade, and I'm gonna try to see if I can take the pan out so I can give you the name. It is Violet Bloom. So we have the Violet Bloom shade, and this is in the Ode packaging. I'm waiting until payday to get the new packaging that they came out with, because you know I think they knew that this wasn't going to work. The amount of times that I almost like ruined these blushes just in my collection, not on purpose, just for the fact that this packaging isn't really that secure or functional. Yeah, but I'm taking just this bit on my brush, and I'm just gonna tap it pretty much slightly above where I put my cream bronzer. So far, I have been liking these, especially like some of the colors, and the formula is really nice. It mixes well with powders, so if you like to layer like cream and powder, this is a good blush. They also have great shades, and they're great on, at least on my skin tone, but it doesn't have like a white base. It's more of like a clear base to it, so I'm pretty sure that majority of people may be able to use pretty much like their blush colors. But yeah, this is pretty good. I'm gonna go back in with the Bobbi Brown powder bronzer, and I'm going to take, I think I'm gonna take this brush. I think this brush will do. This is the Adept Cosmetics brush. This is the P3. I'm gonna tap slightly like so. Yeah, I haven't really touched much of this, and I'm like, I have this in my collection. Why haven't I used this? So I think this year is going to be the year where I really start to do my shop and stash. Because this is just shameful to have a collection that I have and not like use it and continuously buy other things because of FOMO and because of the hype. And sometimes when I buy stuff, it kind of like depends on the product. Like sometimes like I like a product and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm glad that I brought this. And then other times I'm like, this is a waste. Like, why did I buy this? Which is why, again, I am not going to buy the new Huda Beauty press powder. I'm not doing it. Okay, this is pretty good. Again, I don't know. I might need to buy another shade of the Saie Beauty because it's definitely cool. Like on the cool side and not the warm side. And I thought I was in content with the shade because I don't want to get any more of the same product because it's like a different shade. But I might need to. But then also it's like, where is this going to like go now in my collection? So I might see if maybe my sister wants it. But yeah, like what's going to happen, you know? All right. Now I'm going to flip the other side and go in with the Kevyn Aucoin Neo Blush and Grapevine. It is a rosy plum shade. So it looks like this, as you can see. And so if the other one showed up last video, I know that this is definitely going to show up for sure. I don't know why I was scared to like purchase these, but look at that. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous. Like, look at that. I love when products really work for me. And then I think that they don't. And then when I try them on, they work for me. I love that. Like, go ahead and prove me wrong. I'll take that anytime. As long as the product is good. Which this product is good. Yeah, just gorgeous. All right, I'm gonna clean the rest of my nose, like I guess contour or whatever, and then we're gonna move on to powdering the face and then straight to the eyeshadow palette. All right, I went with the Laura Mercier loose setting powder. This is the translucent loose setting powder ultra blur and translucent medium deep. I'm going back to my roots, so I have taken that out of my stash. And I just went real quick, just like adding that to my base. And now this actually has a highlighter, so I'm going to go back in with the brush that I used earlier while applying the bronzer and the blush, and I'm just going to go into that corner just lightly and take some of that and pat it on. Oh, look at that. gorgeous. This is a gorgeous blush. Oh my god, I gotta get more of these. Now here I was saying that, oh, I'm not gonna buy anything else, like I gotta use my stash. I might need to buy and see if they got any other cool shades. Oh, bless you. Bless you, Bobo. Alright, now we are officially going to go into the eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna quickly go in with my NYX primer, and we're gonna get started on the blue side. All right, so again, showing you the palette. We're going to go in with the blue side here. But I don't know if you can tell, but like I said, like there are foils, iridescent, metallic shades here, and some multi-chrome formulas within the like foil shades. I believe some of these are foiled because they are pretty thick and flaky, but also beautiful formulas because it doesn't really enhance texture, and they do last all day, just like from what I can tell based on playing around with this palette, and her previous palettes too. The formula is no different, and I actually like this color story a lot more than the other Freedom palettes that she has done, because most of them, especially the first one that came out, it was just shimmer, you know, metallic foiled shades and no mattes. But also like some of the color stories where it's like a 6-pan color story that you could kind of like put this in like the palette itself, because like the whole pan is magnetic, and also the singles are too, so like you can rearrange and you could take some shades out. You could also put her other face palettes that she's came out with, because they're also magnetic pans, and you could take some of those out and create your own custom palette that you can travel with. Obviously the innovation is there, but we're going to definitely go in with the blue side. I'm definitely going to take some of the shade either Rooted or Toasted, just because I don't want to go straight in with I believe that is Magic Moon, that grayish matte, just yet. And then obviously I might go back in with Grounded just to deepen up the look. But so far I like the shade Dreamer. That is like a light bluish shimmer. Could be an iridescent kind of shade right here. In the first row. And then we also have Northern Lights, that is more of like a silver type of shimmer. It might be metallic, it might be foil. I know the bottom one is definitely a foil because of how chunky it is. And I think maybe Dreamer is too, I believe. But yeah, we're gonna just test these out and see. But so just real quick, yeah, this is definitely more of a foil shade that I just picked up. So like this shade right here, definitely a foil because it's not as smooth, it's kind of chunky and there's texture. So this is definitely, I think this is definitely more of like a foil. Yeah, some of these are a little bit more chunky, whereas these shades right here are much more smooth, very smooth and soft. Whereas this is more like chunky, it's not as smooth. So yeah, I think these are probably foil shades for sure. That's on the blue side. So some of these are definitely not smooth. So this is going to be an interesting eye look to do, but I'm just going to real quick kind of do some quick swatches since I already, you know, dig my fingers into the palette of the blue side. Yeah, these are definitely foils for sure. These are definitely like foils. And then going in with the other silver shade. As you can see, so we have these. I mean, these are also pretty good though. I'm liking the tones and the glitter flakes in here. I think this is still going to be a great formula to use. It's not too like chunky, like it comes off really smooth once you swatch it. So I don't think it's going to be showing too much like chunkiness on the eyelid, but we'll see when we get started on the look. All right, first things first, gonna go in with Toasted. And this is, again, on the purple side is the brown matte. All right, next I'm gonna take the same brush and I kind of want to try that gray shade, but I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work. So I'm gonna slightly dip the gray shade and see what that is giving us. Yeah, it's definitely, this can probably work if like you deep it in with the black shade. Yeah. Yeah, this works well if like you blend it in with the black shade. Just a little tap of the gray and the black. It definitely creates a more softer and also a deeper kind of shade. Yeah, I am loving this. Look at that. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. That is really good. All right, gonna do the same thing to the other side. I mean, I am so far having so much fun with this palette. Like, y'all have no idea. All right, next I'm gonna go in with my glitter primer and we're gonna get started on the shades here, the shimmers, the foils. We're just gonna get started. I definitely want to go in with that blue foil shade. I honestly think it's honestly foil, but I could also be wrong, which I will correct that somewhere in the video. All right, I'm gonna take this shade here. Oh my god, okay. Ooh. Ooh, this is gorgeous. Stop. Oh my god, it looks so beautiful on top of the gray. Oh my god. it might look even more beautiful. You know how like shades change with like the background color? Oh my god, this would be absolutely gorgeous under an all black shade. Oh. Oh my god, I'm having so much fun. All right, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with the shade that's next to it. Which let me, because I didn't give you the shade names last time, so let me just see. All right, so I went in with Dreamer, and now I'm gonna go in with Northern Lights. Northern Lights is pretty good too, but I do like the iridescent shade better on the inner corner. But again, this will look so pretty over a all black matte. And you might probably want to go in with your fingers too for the foils, because it definitely melts it in better, because your fingers are warming in the product to help it smooth in on your eyelid. So you might want to go in with your finger or spray your brush with setting spray. But I prefer to use my fingers. I know not everybody loves it, but I do. It's the one from the neutral side. Am I holding this upside down? Yes, I am. It is Golden Child. Yeah, Golden Child. Oop. One of them fell out again. You have to be really, really careful. These can loosen up out of the pan itself. So you got to be careful with how you are holding it. And it just broke. We have a casualty here, which I'm not happy about, but we're just gonna move on in. But yeah, we definitely have a casualty now. So yeah, definitely be careful when you're showing your shades and flipping it around all silly, because again, it's not like, I love the innovation, but then again, it's not the best packaging, at least for me. If you really want to take care of your collection, definitely not the best packaging. But I will fix that matte shade later. It was toasted that broke. Going to go in with Golden Child. I'm going to take that on the inner corner. Alright, and as you can see, this is pretty much the finished look. I'm gonna go in with mascara. Yeah, that sucks that one of the mattes broke. You have to be really careful, because like, it definitely falls out of the pan that holds the shadow itself. So definitely be careful when like you're showing around your eyeshadow palette, flipping the back, looking at the names and things like that, because like you don't want a casualty. All right, now I'm gonna go in with some mascara. I'm gonna do my eyebrows and my lips and finish out the video. All right, this is officially the final look. So on my lips, I used the Juvia's Place Luxe Liner in Wine. And then I went in with, now this is the old packaging. I don't know if they've re-released this in newer packaging, if it's the same shade name, but this is from Unearthly Cosmetics. It is their lip gloss in Sappy. So yeah, this is like the old packaging. And I think they went to do like the packaging that they've been coming out recently with their collections. The like, what would you even call that shape? It's definitely not this. It's the different one. It's the new packaging of the lip glosses that they include in their collection. I think is the new packaging now. Which, that's cool. I love that for them, but it's also hard to kind of store. With this, like I can just set it up top. And yeah, but anyways, yeah, that's on my lips, and I went in with my Sephora Fluff and Fix brow wax, and then my About Face mascara. And that is officially the final look. Now, again, I had so much fun playing with this eyeshadow palette. Obviously, there are pros and cons. The formula is amazing. Love the innovation, the idea of the eyeshadow palette where you can travel with it. It's also great for makeup artists and people on the go. I love the thought that she put into the packaging. Is it a functional packaging for regular consumers to have? No. Is it bulky? Does it take up a lot of space? Yes. And is it secure? No. Some of the shades will come out of the pan itself. It's the pan that's holding on to the actual packaging, and you might end up breaking them. They might break on its own. That's the downside of the packaging. The way that the magnets work also, like when you close the case onto it, might malfunction like it did before, where I have a dent now in Golden Child shade, which is one of my favorite shades. So there are like some ups and downs about like the packaging itself, but when it comes down to the formula, I love the formula. I love the mattes that I played with so far. I love the colors that she chose for like this palette, and the different, you know, mini color stories of the different, you know, 6-pan color stories that are in this palette. I absolutely love. Again, my favorite color story is going to be the neutral side. I just have so much fun, and I feel like it's more versatile. I feel like there's definitely more special shades on that side too. And don't get me wrong, the purple side is also great as well, but I just prefer the neutral side of the color story. And I think, is it a need for your collection? No, unless you are a collector and loves Danessa Myricks. But if you're not traveling with this, you know, palette anytime soon, you're not the one to rearrange your eyeshadow palettes with, you know, labels to label what shade and where it belongs to what palette, then this may not be for you. But if you want to experience the indie experience in a more brand that is more accessible and a well-known prestige brand that's at Sephora, then this will be your go-to. Because I think this is as close that indie will get at Sephora with a well-known brand, being Danessa Myricks. We did see it with, you know, Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona, but it's something about her formula that's very different, and it's definitely more superior, I will have to say, than, you know, other brands that are trying to replicate what they've seen in indie, right? With the duochromes and the multi-chromes and the foils, and, you know, there's so many other things that indie makeup brands are coming out with that some of these brands are looking and they're seeing trends and they're trying to replicate that. It's just some of the formulas are a miss. Whereas for Danessa Myricks, I think this is as close as you will get to experience indie. Yeah, and definitely going to talk about Pat McGrath. I already know about the whole filing for bankruptcy. I will have a video up, hopefully talking about that soon. I definitely want to, you know, listen out and see if there's any, you know, new updates, but I'm not surprised. That's all I can say from here. But I had so much fun playing with this Danessa Myricks palette. Again, I can say that I think my goal for 2026 is to use my stash more and really think, is it a need to add something into my collection before I purchase it? I think that's going to be my goal here. You might see some new releases of eyeshadow palettes, and it's probably just because the color story spoke to me. There are certain eyeshadow palettes that I'm skipping on already, and it's already the beginning of 2026, which by the time I'm filming this, it's already February, the beginning of February, so happy Black History Month. And what a way to start it off with Danessa Myricks. I think for me, I definitely skipped a couple of eyeshadow palette launches already. I skipped the Blend Bunnies one. I'm just not interested in that color story, so I've skipped that. I've skipped the new Saie Beauty collection, the palette and the blushes. I have enough blush, and I already have similar palette color stories, so I'm just like, it's not really a need for me. So I'm just gonna skip on that. And there are like a lot of like other launches too. I feel like this year and the end of 2025 and the beginning of 2026 has been a lot of like launches where we get to see like what 2026 is going to look like. A lot of people are saying it's going to be like the new 2016. And I'm like, I see some of it, but I think there are certain things that we can take from 2016 and make it better. And then there are like some things where we can just leave that in 2016. But so far, I'm loving how the beginning of the year is. Next video, I will be playing around with the Adept Cosmetics palettes. I am also going to film a look using all of the shades, or kind of like combine the color stories to one look using the Danessa Myricks palette. That's definitely going to be something coming up. What I've already filmed is Grounded from Laminatrix. Yes, I finally played with that palette. That has been like on my table for I don't know how long, and there's also certain things that I have to get through, which is another reason why I'm stepping back from, you know, purchasing new eyeshadow palettes. I think I'm eyeshadow palette out. The only thing that I will probably get is if Natasha Denona comes out with another eyeshadow palette, I might get that, which I also have to film the eyeshadow palettes that I got from Natasha Denona. The two palettes that have been sitting there for quite some time. I have to get through, I have to do a video on. yeah, there's like Natasha Denona, if there's anything like involving, you know, Danessa Myricks and other brands that I love because I love the formula and I love, you know, the color stories that they come up with, then yes. I'm also, again, looking to update my 2026 list of fungal acne safe products on my Substack, starting off with makeup. Makeup is also important when it comes down to fungal acne. It doesn't stop at skincare. Anything that you put on your face may irritate or may cause a fungal acne breakout. And so you also have to be careful with the makeup that you are also putting on. And also really know your skin really well to see what type of formulas and what type of triggers really trigger your fungal acne. For me, I can use powders fine. I can use cream products, like if it's on the cheek, you know, bronzer, you know, blush. I can use that just fine. Foundation and concealer are tricky though. I've noticed that, you know, my fungal acne can react to certain things, and there are certain triggers that I'm aware of within my own fungal acne that, you know, they just hate and they just, you know, go crazy. So I'm definitely going to update, and I'm also going to include things that have been discontinued, because there has been a lot of products that have been discontinued or reformulated that were fungal acne safe, that we can't purchase anymore. And that also sucks. I was hoping that some of the reformulations that are happening right now, because like I think the beginning of the year is always weird, where there's always going to be some brand reformulating something. I've noticed that. And it could be like a bronzer, concealer, foundation, like Estee Lauder for one, they're reformulating. I'm not sure who else is reformulating their foundations, but I checked and I still can't use that. So there's that. But yeah, this year has been good so far. But yeah, those are my thoughts right now. This is, you know, what the future of 2026 is going to look like on this channel, and some of the activities that I will be doing. Again, my blog is on Substack. I will try to post at least once a month. Try to, because I do have a 9 to 5. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for spending time with me. If you love what you see, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to have you back and join this community. And remember, love yourself, be kind to yourself, and love your skin. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.